So you guys, we got the Gallardo and the STO here, but we are at Shawn's shop. You guys know him as Formula Drift driver.
Sidewayz
Shawn.
So you're the one with the 370Z?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 370 and a 350 Infinity. We kind of have all Nissans pretty much.
I feel like I've seen you maybe at Apple Valley Speedway.
Yep, yeah, we go there a lot for testing, fun days, track days, any, fun events for friends. We try to just be as much in the community as possible because the more drivers that we get out there, the better it is for professional drivers, right? So drifting's still kind of a new sport, man. It's been around roughly 45 years now, so there's a lot of room for growth,
I can't wait to get the STO out there and
that's something new, completely new and different. So you're in a whole nother class of your own with drifting that thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, so here's kind of a little introduction to the shop now.
Oh, this looks totally different.
It's kind of still a little bit of a work in progress. It's almost done, but so we wrapped the walls, painted, built a custom little bar. We got a
cocktail.
Yeah, a little sim racing area for the guys after work, a little workout area to stay in shape. But yeah, just kind of bringing that homey feel to the shop and giving a space for people to kind of think about their builds, see it as we're doing it, right, and just kind of be part of the space a little bit,
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. And your car, that's your main drift car out front, right?
So, yeah, two of them are outside right now, actually. They're outside. My main one's inside the shop getting all unwrapped for this season. That's another one we're building at the back, actually, that's going to be a pro build as well.
Let's talk about this truck.
Yeah, so the truck's my dad's. He has a big blower motor that we're putting in it out of one of his boats. It makes 1,200 horsepower, so he ordered the chassis already. The chassis is on its way. It'll be bagged and dropped to the ground.
Out of his boat.
We'll basically just drop this shell right onto a whole nother brand new, 2022 chassis. Drop that big old motor in there, and he's off to the races.
Dude, that is so sick.
Yeah, he wants more of what is the movie? I think it's The Expendables.
Yep.
I think more that style kind of truck, So he's had this shell for a couple of years now, and he has the motor next door.
Wow, that's so cool. This I'm looking forward to seeing run.
Yeah. This.
I got a lot of classic cars as well as my supercars and everything.
Awesome, man.
But I love the classics just as much as the supercars.
That's awesome.
More and more I'm thinking, God, I'm gonna build one of these.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a Pro 1 drift car. So this is you're gonna have about a sprint car motor or a VR38 GTR motor. We're not sure which route yet. Just finished doing all the cage work, all the prep, all the seam sealer gets taken out of this, and the whole car will be stitch welded. So they'll have a guy probably putting 100 hours just going and welding the entire car together to make it rigid, solid. If you come back here and look, it has a custom subframe with the rear end. It's called the Winters Quick Change rear end. So that diff is made to handle up to 1,400 horsepower.
Okay.
That subframe is completely custom just to hold that diff in there. And the whole point of that differential, it's calling a quick change, is basically take off 8 bolts and you can change your gear ratio with 2 gears right there with it.
Depending on your track and what you're doing.
Yep, within about
going.
10 minutes, So
that's so cool.
Race car stuff,
Race car stuff. This is race car stuff right here, you guys.
Yeah.
That's race car stuff.
You get a little too close to the wall.
Yeah.
So this is the newest, the newest one we're kind of going with.
So you won't drive this in Formula Drift, or you will?
Yeah, we will eventually. This is going to be a Pro 1 car. Right now, we just got a license for Pro Spec, so we're kind of our freshman year into it, and once we get a little better, this is kind of our build in the background. So once we're up there, we don't have to scramble to get a car, right? It's already ready. It's got a cage, and we're just boom, all right, wire it, throw a motor in, let's go,
Sweet.
So let's say I have a 370Z base stock. How much money do you have to throw into it to be ready for your liking?
So there's a couple different ways you can go about it, right? There's a pro build, I have a pro spec car next door, then I also have a demo 370, right? So there's different budgets, I guess, you can work with. It's kind of what you're shooting for, but I have one next door with the stock motor on nitrous, and it has all the cool suspension bits and all the arms and everything, but it's still more of a budget because it's not motor swapped or anything like that, right? Okay. So it's kind of just however crazy you want to get with it, man,
Awesome.
More money than we have right now.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot. Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, this place looks awesome.
Thank you, bro.
I'm loving it.
So I'll turn this on for you. This whole deck is lit up. Yeah.
Got a gym.
Yeah, just
Got the-
something.
Got the simulator. Yeah, this is cool.
Sim is a lot of fun. You gotta come drive that thing, and then so this at night, and the bar too will be all lit up. So around here, and all matching and everything.
I drove one of these at SEMA and couldn't keep the car on the track.
Yeah.
I was in the wall more than I was on the track.
There you go. Well, practice makes perfect, right?
Yep.
more
Well, I've
you do.
never driven a car with the rear brake.
Oh,
the
gotcha. The
handbrake.
handbrake, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, and I mean, I'm not kidding anybody. I've never even tried to drift a car. I could do donuts,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's it. But it all looks fun.
Absolutely, man. We got to get you to the track and throw
I want to go to the
real
track.
drift car.
I want to
Be
go to
nuts.
the track. We'll goof around with the STO. I don't know how crazy I'll get with the STO. It is a $500,000 car.
Yeah.
The Gallardo's supercharged.
Yeah.
It's got 740 crank horsepower.
Nice.
Which is,
And what kind of supercharger is Magnuson?
Magnuson's VF Engineering.
So that's what I run on my pro car next door.
Oh, nice.
It's a Magnuson Supercharged LS3.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. They're great superchargers. I absolutely love it. And the power I put on that Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's instant too. No lag, anything. It's just there.
Instant. You can
And it's
throw
like-
that car around.
Feels like what it needed from the factory too, huh?
It does.
It feels very like, it feels factory. It doesn't feel,
It makes my STO seem really gutless.
really?
Yeah.
They do make one for the STO now, right?
Yep.
You're gonna do that next? Yeah.
860 horsepower.
Oh man, that's a lot. That's gonna be fun. I want
gonna be
to
fun.
sit passenger for that one.
So we tuned it since you drove it.
Oh, okay.
So now, we took it to VF Engineering. They put a tune on it. So we've got a little more top end.
Did you do that? So you did the tune that you told me last time of where it keeps the exhaust valves open?
The exhaust
Did you do
valves
that?
are open all the time, unless we're in STO mode. Then they start off closed and they gradually open.
Gotcha.
You put it in Trofeo mode, the valves are open all the time.
Awesome.
You get a lot of pops, a lot of fire and
Yeah.
all that cool stuff
That's
coming out of
awesome.
it.
I love
but, I love it. We'll go for another ride. We'll see what you think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a little too crowded to try to do donuts anywhere around here. That's how we get in trouble. But we'll take it for another ride and see what he thinks. And then maybe even take have you ever driven Gallardo Supercharged?
I haven't. I did work at it was in Fontana Racing, the exotics racing school.
Yeah.
So I would switch actually between a 458 and a Gallardo, but it was obviously stock. So yeah, it definitely never did the supercharged one.
Yeah, Supercharged. They're fun. It'll kick out on you so fast.
Yeah, that's sick.
So fast.
How does it feel when it does kick out? Does it feel like it shoots pretty straight? Does it feel like it wants to loop out on you?
No. It depends on how many donuts you've done.
How hot the tires are?
It depends on how hot the tires are. When they're hot, you've been doing donuts, man, you'll get sideways. You'll live up to your name. You will get flat out sideways, and if you're not careful, you're gonna lose it.
You gotta be careful.
I almost lost it one day. It's on video too.
Yeah. Well,
I came around a
saved it.
corner, got on it, and I ended up sideways, and I saved it. So I got lucky, but
That's crazy.
it's a supercharged Gallardo, and it's just power.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's all good.
I love it.
It's not a drift
So
missile.
this is actually Arian Carr's drift car. He's in the middle of wrapping it and stuff right now, but we do all the pretty much motor work on it.
Okay.
He has a wrap sponsor and all that, but as far as like the turbos and all that stuff, he was having a lot of problems with. He went to a couple other shops, so we kind of diagnosed it, gave him our suggestions. We bought a lot of parts from Z1, kind of changed out a lot of fittings, rerouted all the exhaust side of things, rerouted all the wiring that was on the hot side and getting burnt up, and he's been driving the shit out of the thing ever since. So it seems that, like we're trying to keep with the kind of tailored clientele and make sure that whoever we're working on these cars, they just keep coming back,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you work on a lot of people's cars. You have TJ
Yeah, we
Hunt,
have a good amount, like
Liz.
some good clients right now, and that's another thing is like we want to make sure that the cars we're working on are like people that are actually going to be using them, right? And it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to be a big YouTuber or necessarily like that, but we want to see you at events. We want to see you going to car shows. We want to see you putting it out there and like showing off the work that's we're necessarily doing. So people like like that, it's really awesome to see. He's, you know, hitting up the streets every single day, making YouTube videos. TJ Hunt is winning with the car, you know. He beat even me, which in my own build pretty much, you know, which is nuts. So it's just crazy to see that these people really are kind of living up to the name, and they're helping out us, because, you know, they're really driving the cars hard. It's not just like a show car where, you know, you can get away with it. Like these guys, right when they leave this shop, they're driving the crap out of these cars. So it's like you're gonna know right away if something wasn't done right. You know,
absolutely. That's pretty good. That says a lot about TJ Hunt too. He can actually drive his cars.
Yeah, which is crazy. A lot of people don't give him credit, say he's a YouTuber, this and that, but I mean, he's competing with some of the best that are literally pros, and that's all they do is drive, and he still has other day jobs. So you can't really talk much about that, you know?
Yeah, no. But it's all good, man. It's all great. It's all fun. I look forward to going out to the track. At least your guys' next track day. You've taken one of my cars out there before.
Yeah.
And had a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Got a lot of good response to the McLaren out there. It was cool. Everyone was stoked to see the McLaren sitting right there with drift cars. You know, it was different.
You heard about
and
the McLaren, right?
Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, it was a great car too. Drove great.
That was a nice car. That was a great car in the canyons.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to experience it once before that happened, at least.
It's gone. It was total.
That's crazy.
We're still waiting.
You got cash out for that already, though?
Not yet.
Not yet. Still waiting
for the insurance.
Well, hopefully that all goes as planned. But hey, while we already have you here, let's show you the GTR build.
Oh yeah, check that out. We were looking at this last time in my slow-mo.
Yeah.
But
so
it's looking really good now.
I got some custom taillights that came in. And then they worked on getting the motor and trans in now, so you can see that's kind of sitting in there. We got some motor mounts made. We got a steering rack in there since last time you've seen it.
Sweet. Now, is that motor stock?
Yeah, so right now it's a stock 370 drivetrain pretty much. So it's 370 trans, 370 engine, and then they're going to be pulling it back out and then doing all the exhaust side for twin turbo.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the front end, the steering work. What are you guys doing there?
So for the front end, he has the stock steering rack that's going to be going to Weissfab. Weissfab only makes a kit right now for like time attack, but it gets a good amount of angle.
Okay.
Unfortunately for us, it costs like 3 times the amount that a 370 would cost, you know, so we're kind of waiting on some monetary support from sponsors, but in the meantime getting everything done that we can on our own as far as, you know, mounting things and good stuff like that. So next we'll probably order, you know, all the exhaust side of stuff, some turbos, so they can start routing all that and getting that mocked up, you know.
Sick car. Look at the front end.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
It's huge too.
Guys, look how wide this car is.
82 inches wide, just the body kit.
Wow. That is no joke. Who made the kit?
So the kit is a Liberty Walk Silhouette V2 or V3 kit.
So it is Liberty Walk. Yeah, that's crazy. This is going to be a nice looking car when it's done. Look at that wing.
Yeah, and it's a drift car, so that's what's nuts about it.
Now, will this be a Formula D or?
That was the initial plan with it, but then after realizing how much everything costs on this car, we have enough money to build it once, not 7 times, you know? Formula D, I mean, you'll get hit and crash and smashed into and practice it, you know? So it's like...
And Liberty Walks are not cheap.
No, not at all. So it's one of those things where like, you know what, let's maybe... We're still going to build it, but we want to have it more of as a demo activation car. It's still a drift car. It's still going to be driving with people, but at the Formula D level, we don't want this thing getting ran over, you know? It's a nice car. It was a straight chassis. We traded a crashed one for it, so we did a lot of work to get like a perfect car, and it'd be kind of be a shame to just like go throw it into competition and trash it. So we kind of want to just show it as like our crown jewel, as to like what we have to offer. This is what we can build, you know, and, and just
maybe take it out on a track by itself.
Yeah, and
do
we'll
a little bit.
No, we'll tandem with people, you know. I'll get crazy with it, but I just at Formula D, man, like I said, like it is. These guys are willing to total their cars to win. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not trying to have this be totaled. I love this car. You know? It's taking a long time to build.
That's how I feel about my STO.
Yeah, I'll crash 7 370Zs, not GTRs.
Yeah. Sick car. I can't wait to see that one done. But we'll see it. We'll stop by again and we'll see this car all completed.
Yes.
Sweet, man. I love it.
Every week it's a little bit of something.
Yeah, so fun stuff going on over here. Yeah, they're very small. They're very tight.
Dude, this one's so clean.
How tall are you?
Yeah, it's been so 6'1".
See, I'm 6 foot.
You know what I was in? A Super Leggera. That's what it was. This is the old, even older than these ones.
Yep.
That was in the Super Leggera. That thing was, and that was all-wheel drive. This is rear wheel only.
This is rear wheel only. So you can adjust the back up a little bit.
Yeah, I need to
and then go back.
further back for sure. Yeah, that feels better. Much better.
Jump in with
Steering wheel
them.
needs to go up. Start it up.
I'll take him for a ride. I'll take him for a ride in the STO.
Okay. Then how?
So we're gonna get Shawn's opinion on the Gallardo, and then we're gonna get his opinion on the STO. He didn't even get on it. Sounds like he's hitting it from second gear. If he hits it from first gear, it just goes straight to the red line.
Did you say right away? Wait.
Right away.
Yeah, okay, good.
So Shawn drove the Gallardo. What do you think?
Honestly, now I know why you're so in love with that thing. The Supercharger is like, it is everything that car probably needed from the factory.
And
it feels perfect.
You know, it's a spider. People don't expect it.
No, I was telling him, I was like, dude, I really have been a fan of verts, like in convertibles lately, because like I've been driving the C8 a bit too.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to like pop off the top if you're down at the beach, or just get some like wind and air through it, and then like
taking your girl out for a ride or something.
And especially with how this sounds too, like you get all the noises, the pops, the backfires, all that's like right in your ear.
This car sounds better than this car. This car sounds good now because you get more pops, like right around 3 to 5,000 RPMs.
So like D-cell pops.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. This
Let
in
off the
between
gas.
shifts is nasty, and it's a real hard shift, which I like. It feels really racy.
Single clutch.
Yeah. When you're in throttle, it feels like whack. Like it really slams into gear, and I like that. It feels like kind of like the M3 F80 did.
Yeah. No, it's a fun car. Go for a ride in that one, and we'll see. And then I'll take you for a ride in the Gallardo.
Yeah. We gotta.
But I haven't driven the Gallardo in 4 months.
Oh man.
It's literally. So guys, for just about the only time in the world, somebody other than me is driving the STO. So we're letting Shawn drive it. Yeah, that car sounds better. I'll put money he likes the STO better. It's so hard because right now the STO not being supercharged is just way underpowered, and the Gallardo is way overpowered.
You need that like good sweet spot right in between.
Yeah. And I love the Gallardo because of that power. It's fun to go out and drive around and do things and have fun. But it is not by any means an STO. Look at that car.
I love you for letting me drive it, but at the same time I hate you because now this is all I can think about.
So,
It's so good.
which one do you like better?
Oh, dude, I would drive this in my sleep. I'd sleep in this car. I love this thing. It's so perfect.
Oh